Look at these scenes. This is what we have chosen. It is the Western growth model, and it is based on consumerism. Across the world, many countries have adopted this. But wait a minute. If you are from the West and if you are watching this, please do not leave. I want you to see what it has done to our environment. The next few minutes of this episode can change the way you think about yourself and about your country. If everyone in the world started to live like an average American, we would need 5 Earths. The US is the biggest carbon polluter in history, and in per capita terms the results can be even more embarrassing for many Western countries. An average Westerner consumes a lot of energy, a lot of water, and a lot of plastic. It is well established that a meat-based diet is very harsh to the environment. Western nations consume a lot more meat, and they also have a very high rate of food wastage. An average Westerner also produces a lot more e-waste, a lot more municipal solid waste, and causes a lot more emissions than an average Indian. Western countries have been unethically dumping their e-waste in Africa and other developing countries. In 2013, Interpol revealed that 1 in 3 containers leaving the European Union contained illegal e-waste, which was deceitfully classified as used goods. Moreover, many Western countries consume goods that cause emissions elsewhere, and that is why it is extremely crucial to look at consumption-based emissions. In terms of environmental damage, an average Indian is nowhere close to an average Westerner, whose ecological footprint is many times higher. The average US household has 300,000 things. US children make up 3.7% of children on the planet, but have 47% of all toys and children's books. According to the Greendex survey, India is one of the least wasteful economies. The survey also revealed that consumers in countries like Sweden, Britain, and Germany have been the worst offenders, but still they express the least guilt. On the other hand, Indian consumers live the most sustainable lifestyle. In spite of that, Indian consumers feel the most guilty about their impact on environment. Well, it all sounds pretty favorable, but still, many Indian rivers and streets look dirty. Why? It is all because of India's inefficient waste management, and India needs to work on that. Can India take inspiration from its own past and history? Can India make the most of its timeless traditional knowledge? Yes, it can. In India, the concept of aparigraha has been an integral part of dharmic societies for thousands of years. Aparigraha is about non-possessiveness and self-discipline, which means taking only what is absolutely necessary. Many dharmic scriptures highlight the importance of preserving the environment, wildlife conservation, and of personal hygiene. More than 2000 years ago, Emperor Ashoka made deforestation and the killing of various species of animals illegal by getting edicts inscribed on iron pillars and rocks throughout his kingdom. There are multiple examples of water conservation in India's history and traditions. In dharmic traditions, divinity exists everywhere. Great sacrifices of Bishnoi community are very well known, and their heroic acts have inspired many movements like Chipko and Apiko. Bhil tribes of Madhya Pradesh's Jhabua and Alirajpur districts are using their age-old tradition halma to conserve environment. India's Ayurveda focuses on preventive healthcare, and it encourages a vegetarian diet. It recommends consumption of seasonal fruits and vegetables that are grown locally. Such practices save energy that is consumed in transportation. India's traditional system is all about reducing, reusing, and recycling. In traditional Indian cuisine, leftovers are used to make mouth-watering nutritious dishes. Curd rice of South India, dal paratha of North India, khakra of Gujarat are a few examples. Sun drying is used to preserve food, and in Indian kitchens, using cloth instead of paper towels is a common traditional practice. Reusing old clothes to make new handbags or making new fabric of khadi that uses very little water. Traditional Indian system has always been very gentle on nature. In many ancient Indian temples, mortar was hardly used as the stones were attached by using a special technique that involved gravity. Yes, it is true that traditional Indian system is full of such evidences and examples, but now it is 2018 and India is witnessing rapid urbanization. Will India be able to preserve its traditional knowledge? Will India be able to achieve prosperity through greener ways, and will it be able to empower those at the bottom of the pyramid? My search for the answers to these questions encouraged me to take a short drive from Mumbai that brought me to Govardhan Eco-Village, which is located on the foothills of the Sahyadri Mountains. GEV is placed in one of the most backward regions of India, and it has been working on sustainable rural development and ecotourism for many years. By providing education, by organizing skill development programs, and by adopting various rural-specific alternative sources, it has encouraged sustainable development of the local tribal communities. It has been providing free school lunches to thousands of children. It has been conducting health camps, and it has been empowering tribal women by encouraging micro-enterprise creation. It has provided organic farming training to hundreds of farmers, and it has successfully transformed a wasteland into a cultivable vegetable garden by its smart agriculture innovation. Its symbiotic waste recycling system caught my attention. In GEV, output of one system becomes the input of another system. Today, India is full of construction sites. It is estimated that the construction sector in India emits about 22% of India's total annual CO2 emissions. In times such as these, GEV's implementation of green building technologies and its smart management of construction waste is very inspiring. By local procurement and by using low embodied energy housing materials, GEV has succeeded in reducing its ecological footprint. For its positive role in sustainable tourism, GEV has been awarded by the United Nations. Its smart approach in alternative energies and its water resource development in rural areas has helped in creating a community that lives in harmony with nature. GEV's yoga and Ayurveda treatment facilities bring lots of foreign and domestic visitors, and for many of them, GEV is a model that demonstrates sustainable living. India's traditional knowledge is not only helping sustainable projects like GEV, but also it is inspiring many Westerners. Leaf Republic of Germany is a good example. It is selling biodegradable plates that are made of dried leaves. In many parts of India, these plates are known as pattal, and eating from them is just a normal traditional practice. India is aiming to become a $5 trillion economy by 2025, and it wants to reach that milestone in a greener way. It has already taken giant steps in solar energy, and it is on track to meet the 2030 nationally determined contribution targets. Far away from London's polluted air, which is filled with nitrogen dioxide, and far away from particulate matter-filled streets of Delhi, for many visitors, breathing fresh air of GEV was almost a luxury. Our planet does not need more environmental activists. It just needs more individuals with low ecological footprint. We are living in critical times. Sea creatures are eating plastic in our oceans, and most of us are unaware that our tap water is contaminated by plastic particles. An average citizen of many Western countries actively participates in the system that dumps e-waste in other countries and that outsources emissions to other countries. You help the system run by consuming goods that hurt humans, animals, and nature before they reach you. Yes, you are involved. You are the backbone of the economy that is based on work, earn, spend model. Let us not forget that the planet Earth is not only ours, it is theirs too. As long as we are greedy, self-indulgent, and self-serving, there will never be a true environmental revolution. Inner revolution is needed to bring an environmental revolution, and that is why India's traditional knowledge is deeply interlinked with spirituality and inner well-being. Yes, it is possible to prosper without hurting our planet. Yes, it is possible to keep the soul of India's villages alive. GEV has successfully demonstrated that. It has been spreading India's traditional knowledge, and in its journey, it is also rediscovering the country that we know as India. See you again.